Sigma Chi being a fraternity, we have these bonds based on common ideals, shared beliefs, and knowing that we all wake up in our separate universities and our separate chapters with the same mission to become the generation to end cancer is truly inspiring.
It's incredible to be able to connect with people from all over the place, different backgrounds, different experiences, all united under one cause.
It was such an incredible opportunity, especially being with all my brothers. After this whole entire weekend, we all shared our different stories and why we derby and the reasons why we raised the money for the Huntsman Cancer Institute. And it was definitely something very moving.
I knew that we were working for this great cause, and I knew that all of our hard work was going to pay off. But to be able to experience this, to be able to walk through this facility and see all the great things that our efforts are actually going towards was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had.
Cancer kind of runs deep in my family, and being able to see that I was with the best of the best Sigma Chi's who truly went and put their full effort into this past year, that was breathtaking. It was an incredible experience, and it meant so much more this year, especially with the passing of John Huntsman, which I think truly inspired all of us to do so much more and put so much more effort into this year's Derby Days.
We conducted the White Rose ceremony because we thought it was incredibly important that while our entire focus is optimism and hope, we also think it's important to look back and to acknowledge and pay tribute to those who we might have lost from cancer. And they had written a name and attached it to that white rose. And when I would watch the undergraduates climb up the mountain holding their white rose in their hand, I was incredibly touched. We had several undergraduates share an example of who they may have lost from cancer. Cancer impacted almost everyone.
Just a few years ago, I lost my grandfather to pancreatic cancer.
My aunt passed away a few years ago from it.
My mother was diagnosed with lymphoma, which ended up becoming leukemia.
The statistics are so alarming, and it touched me personally, but it's also touched so many other lives.
When I was a sophomore in college, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and I had friendships with a lot of Sigma Chi's. The support that they showed me, those men will be in my life forever. And they've been there every step of the way. I'm 4.5 years cancer-free, and they are still around and still rooting me on. Those friends rooting for you at the end that want you to make it through it, that you have, another day to fight for, it's changed my life, and I know it will continue to do so.
Being able to work together with my brothers and utilize the friendship aspect to raise money for the Huntsman Cancer Institute is something that's very powerful.
When we came to visit the Huntsman Cancer Institute, we learned that $50,000 actually can start one clinical trial.
Clinical trials are very well-designed studies looking at old drugs, new combinations of drugs, and what we do is try to find the best treatment for that particular patient.
I think the money that Sigma Chi is raising is absolutely critical because it has a catalytic function for our research effort. It just makes that difference that can be all important if research effort is to be moved forward. It's actually impacting lives and making a difference.
Brothers, this past year when we raised $1.85 million, that means we've been able to help start 37 clinical trials. And this Friendship Garden, a place where hopefully the researchers can take a break and gather, patients, whoever's here, they'll remember that we care, that they're not alone.
We are the generation to end cancer.
This journey with the Huntsman Cancer Institute has been incredible. I don't believe friendship exists without sacrifice and without service.
We apply our ideals to this cause.
Brothers united by friendship.
Dedicated to this cause.
Doing all we can
to eradicate cancer
from this world.
Continuing Brother Huntsman's legacy.
We will not stop.
It's our turn now.
It's our turn now.
It's our turn now.
Because we are
the generation
to end cancer.
Sigma Chi stands with all those fighting cancer.
We are the generation to end cancer.